Hey, angels, and welcome back to DivinePrintzKT. It's your girl, Ty. Listen, I didn't have time to do an intro, so let's get into it. These are some custom shirts that I did for a cheerleading team, and I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. Let's go. Okay, angels, so to get started, this is the design that I will be using. Okay, it's for a cheerleading team. We're going to go straight in and put this design in Cricut Design Space. Cricut is a free program, a free graphics program. You don't have to have a Cricut to use it, but they do offer a free program in Cricut. I do have a membership with them, okay, because I use Cricut a lot. So this is me uploading the design into Cricut. So this is considered a complex design. So that's how I uploaded it. At this point, it's asking me, do I want to erase the background? It's giving me the option to remove the background. This is already a PNG file, so I did not have to do that. The background was already removed. Now it's giving me the option to upload this as a print then cut or just a basic cut. So I do want to upload this as a print then cut because we're putting this on DTF film. So I'm adding it to my cheerleading mode folder. Once that's added, I'm going to go ahead and click on it and add it to the canvas. So here you see that this is a pretty large file. You see the caution sign here that lets me know that the image is uploaded is too large. So it's going to give me the option to change my paper size or to auto resize. I'm going to go ahead and auto resize it. And then I also get a caution saying that the resolution is considered a low resolution file. So Cricut reads files based on pixels and things like that. So what it's saying is at this size, I'm not going to get the best quality, which wasn't true. And I'm going to show you why towards the end of this video. But knowing that you have really good PNG files, make sure you have really good files. You have really good quality image because that's going to be important on how your image prints, okay? So we're first going to start off by doing an 8.3 by 11.7 file size. So now I have to resize this image because y'all know I want to use the most real estate on my DTF film. I want to make this image as big as I possibly can on that particular film size. So what I did here is I added an offset. The offset is naturally going to appear as black. So I changed it to blue because the team colors are orange and blue. Now I have to go into Cricut and kind of play with my print preview because I want to make sure that this file is able to fit on the paper successfully, but also be big enough, right, that you see it, but not too big where it doesn't print. So that's what you see me doing here. I'm resizing it. Now I'm making this image one complete image. When I added the offset, it adds the offset as a separate layer. In Cricut Design Space, in order to make things one layer, there are two options depending on what you're trying to do. You either are going to weld the images together or you're going to flatten them. So for this particular image, I picked flatten. Now I'm comparing that image size to my film size. Today I'll be using the Yamation DTF film. Now we're going to go to make it and we're going to see if this image is going to be sized enough to properly fit. So here I already see I'm measuring longer than 11 and wider than 8. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to resize this, take this image down just a little bit more. So here you see me going in, downsizing that image just a little bit more because we want this to fit on this particular A4 size film as big as possible. If you don't know how to use Cricut, you can find some footage of that here on YouTube. Cricut is its own software. I'm still learning Cricut. This software does a lot. Like, you don't have to have a Cricut to be able to operate in this software. You can add things to images, resize images. Like, it's very, very helpful in crafting. So I really do enjoy this software. Some people use Silhouette. I do not. I'm a Cricut girl. So if you're interested in some tutorials, yeah, check out YouTube. So now that I've gotten that size properly, I'm going to go ahead and send it to my printer. Today, I will be using all three printers, but for these particular sizes, for my A4 size, I'll be using my EcoTank 2800 and my EcoTank 4800. Now I'm going into my computer settings, and I am adjusting my settings. I had a comment in my last video that asked me to please go over my printer settings. So this is everything that I do. Okay, I'm going through every block so you guys could kind of see. I am going to upload a printer settings video. I'm going to give you guys a total video on that because I've been asked a couple times as to what my settings are for people that have the same printers. I'm going to just go ahead and give you a short synopsis. I have not changed anything on my settings, okay? My settings, most of my settings are in the default position outside of my paper type. So my paper type is always going to be the highest, which is premium, and then I'm always going to print in color. Outside, unless I'm changing from my layout from landscape to portrait, if I don't want an image to be smaller or bigger, like those things I change a lot. I do not have any prefix settings because it depends on the image that I'm working with. So I don't even do that. Like I adjust with every print, but this is how I have my printers set up as far as my 2800 and my 4800. I will also show you guys my EcoTank 15,000 as well. These are all printers that have been converted over to Sublimation, okay? So once I have my printer settings, I'm going to go back into Cricut and we're going to send this to the proper printer. I'm going to take the bleed off and I'm going to turn the dialog box on. You always want to turn that box on, and I'm going to show you why. When I go over and I press the printer that I'm using, sometimes my preferences aren't set in the printer settings. So I have to change that, which is what you see me doing here. It's set based on the last printer that I used, the last print that I made. So make sure I always turn on my dialog box just to make sure that my printer preferences are also matching my computer printer preferences. And here you see that this image is too big. So now we have to cancel that, go back into Cricut, resize the image again, bringing it down some, and then trying the process all over. And that's what you're seeing me do here. Going back into Cricut to print again, taking the bleed off, okay, and going back and making sure that everything is set up properly. The bleed option in Cricut is just what it sounds like. It's going to give your image like this watermark, water paint, smudge type of look, and I don't like that. You know, it may work for some designs, but not for this particular one that I wanted to do. So that's why I took off the bleed. This is the DTF print. As you can see, it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to go ahead and carry and move forward with the DTF process. I'm going to powder this image off camera. I'm going to take my heat gun and I'm going to cure this image. I want to talk about curing for a second, okay? Make sure that you're curing in a well-ventilated space. If you're new to DTF, or you're new to doing this, what we call a DTF hack, but I just call it sublimation on cotton, right? When you're curing, you're going to see fumes come from this. You want to make sure that you're in a very well ventilated space, maybe a space with a window or a room that you're working with. And so that's why I took these to a separate space where I work from, and I cured those off camera. This is a design that I created in Canva. This is the name of the cheer team, Amadon Elementary School. And so I went into Canva and I created this, matching their team colors, orange and blue. And now I'm going in to print these out as well. Making sure that everything is matching on the selected printer, going into my printer computer settings, ensuring that that is also matching my printer settings. So that's what you see me doing, showing you how my printer's set up. And I hope that this helps. Like I said, I will do a more detailed video. I'll try to get that to you guys sometime this week. So I did not have to upload this into Cricut or anything. So what I did in Canva, once I created this, I downloaded it as a PNG. I then went into my computer downloads, popped it up, and now I'm printing it out straight from my computer. When I created this image, I created it in Canva as a 11.5 by 8.5 image. So that's basically a letter size, okay, in landscape form. I created it in landscape form because that's how I wanted to print out in landscape. So now I'm going in and now I'm doing the coach's shirt. So I'm going to give her an 11 by 17 image. So now I'm going to enlarge this image in Cricut, which is going to make it, I have to go in, once I enlarged it, I have to go in and resize it. And then it's going to give me that low resolution icon. Y'all, this picture printed out beautifully. I knew that this was a high quality PNG, even though Cricut was reading it with distortion. So as you go and you travel along and you use these programs, you're going to realize what will and will not work. Cricut Design Space can only print up to 11 by 17 images. So even though when you transfer images into Cricut, sometimes your images may have been created large. Those are large PNG files. So Cricut will not print out anything larger than 11 by 17. I hope that they change that soon. So here I'm going in, ensuring that the image is going to fit the 11 by 17 film. I'm changing my printer. I am now going to be printing with my 15,000, my EcoTank 15,000 made by Epson. I'm selecting the correct printer. Going in, ensuring that my computer settings for my printer are going to reflect in my printer settings. Make sure, this is vital, right? You got to make sure that your settings are matching throughout your entire process. Make sure also, very important point to ponder, right? You have to make sure that your computer is hooked up to your Wi-Fi, that it's on a network, because if not, it's not even going to allow you to change your settings. So your printer should always say network next to it. Once I get that print sized out the way that I want it, I'm going to go ahead and process that print. This is how the prints were looking for the back of the shirts. Absolutely lovely. Again, I'm going to go ahead in and finish and complete that DTF process. Powdering the image, and off camera, I'm going to go in and cure it. This is the image for the coach's shirt, which is a bigger image, the 11 by 17. And like I said, understanding picture quality, pixel counts, all these things are very important because as you can see, this image is not distorted at all. It came out actually beautifully. Now that I have it powdered, I'm going to go off camera and complete my curing process, and I'm going to continue this for all of the shirts. Now it's time to press. I'm going to give it a pre-press at 325 for about 10 seconds. I'm going to take my shirt stencil, make sure that I center that on the shirt so that I'm able to center my image. Sometimes I like to fold my images in half. Sometimes I play it by eye, okay? So it's totally up to you. I've cut all the excess film off of the image because I just work better with that. I don't need all the extra film in my way. And so I'm ensuring that everything is centered. The stencil helps me with this process. I'm covering it with the parchment paper. And I'm going to press that at 325 for 25 seconds. And I'm going to repeat this process for every shirt. All right, and now it's my favorite part, y'all. Peels are so satisfying. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to peel off of the images. Look at that print. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to remove all the film off the front of the shirts, and then we're going to start the same process for pressing the back of the shirts. Now, with this being said, we're going to talk about a very important step. When you're doing a two-sided shirt, you have to protect the front of the shirt because now I have this image on it. I have this ink on it and I don't want to mess it up or smudge it. So here I'm going to use a piece of parchment paper or Teflon sheet, whatever you have. I'm going to lay that down first. I'm going to place the shirt on top, and then I'm going to place the DTF sheet on the back of that, and we're going to press that the same way. Using my stencil, making sure my shirt is centered, everything is nice and centered, placing on my print, and repeating that process for the rest of the shirts. Again, we are still pressing at 325 for 20 seconds. Once I've completed all that, now I'm going in and I'm going to press on my tags. So all of my DivinePrintzKT, all of my DivinePrint shirts, on my left sleeve, I place my logo, and I also do tagless. So I go in and I'm going to place my logo and sizing in the collar area, back collar area of the shirt. I complete this process using my small handheld HTVRont mini heat press. Again, I'm using this on the highest setting, applying heavy pressure for 20 seconds. And I repeat this process for every shirt. This is what the shirt looks like. And these are the end results, guys. I hope that, showing you guys, letting you guys in on a customer order, on a client order, helped you all. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them in the comment section. Y'all get into this image. Get into this shirt. This is completely sublimated into this cotton. Okay, y'all, the hack works. I'm telling you. It's not going nowhere. I'm going to do some wash and reveal shirts for you guys. I got some questions about that, so I'm going to come with the video with that this week as well. I'm going to show you guys some old shirts that I've had for some months so that you can see just it works. Like it works. This was their order. This is the front of the t-shirts for the team. This was the back. Colors popping. Just beautiful. This is what it looked like. Just showing you guys the process of me folding the shirts and how I pack them up. So that's what this part looks like. I like for when I have an order like this and I'm doing a lot of shirts, I pack them compactly as possible, folding in each side, folding up to the top, and then folding back so that they can see the design in the packaging. So this is how everything looks stacked. Y'all, pardon my junky workspace. I'll be doing so much, but yeah, that's how the shirt looks. It works, y'all. I'm telling you. If you have any questions, please leave it in the box. I'm gonna get back at you. I then take my transparent clear bags, t-shirt bags, and I pack those in there evenly. And we're gonna ship these off. And just like that, we are done, baby. Don't think you need a lot of equipment. I'm slowly building my business, y'all. Use what you have. Like, it will work if you work it. You definitely got to put in some work. You definitely got to do some research. You definitely are going to have to use trial and error. You know what I'm saying? I've messed up a lot of shirts. I've made a lot of mistakes. And I'm new to this journey. I am still learning, but I absolutely love it. I could not see myself not crafting. Like, I love it here. So if you're thinking about doing it, do it. If there's something that you want to do it. We only got one life to live. Try to make the most of it while you can, okay? Thank you so much for tuning in, rocking out with me, completing this order with me. Don't forget to like, share, comment, but most of all, subscribe. Super proud of my work. Super look forward to continuing this journey with you all. Until next time, I will catch you all in the next tutorial. See you guys later this week.